Hey guys, enough bullshit here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, or before that, it's been a while. Again, it's always been a while. I'm always doing a lot of stuff. Just moving into my new house over the last month and a bit. So just getting stuff done. Sorry if the sound is a bit echoey. I've got stuff in this room where my PC is, but it's still a bit echoey, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about a topic that I wanted to talk about a while ago. I made a video, it's probably somewhere on my computer, but I decided I'll just make a new one and we'll go from there. So let's get into it. So today we're going to talk about the situation when it comes to paid DLC and all this that people have been talking about for the last couple of weeks. Months, in fact, since we had the first reveal of the paid DLC back, I think, for the second update when it came to Monster Hunter Sunbreak, and people were in an uproar about the fact that they were selling DLC weapons, layered weapons actually. Layered armor were already paid DLC, you could already get them, but this is the first time I think we've had layered weapons, and this was caused an uproar. I think if they looked bad, people would have said, okay, this is weird, but they wouldn't be like annoyed. But people are angry because the layered weapons looked really good. And yeah, I suppose there's a couple things to this. Now, myself, when it comes to layered weapons and paid DLC in general, I'm not the biggest fan of paid DLC when it comes to weapons and armor. Under circumstance. Now, there's some situations where I'm fine with them adding into games and there being an option for people to purchase, right? For me, it comes down to pricing and it comes down to quality. If the pricing is reasonable, if I feel like it's not egregious and the company is actually selling at a decent price and they look good, then I'm fine with paid DLC. I understand that it's become a common practice now for games, not just free-to-play games, actual AAA £60, £50, $70, whatever games. It's become a thing. Of course, in the free-to-play games, they are higher priced than in these games. Not always, but in Monster Hunter seems to be, the skin that you're buying for like £2.50, I think, for each of these weapons. In a free-to-play game, it'll probably be something like £8 or £16 instead. Which I guess if you live in the States or wherever, you can do the conversion on that one. So it comes down to context. I don't want to just wipe everything with the same brush. So when it comes to these weapons, the pricing I think is okay. I think it's about £2 something, like I said. I'm not against that, as you can buy them individually. Now, the thing that I think makes it extra annoying for people, for fans in Monster Hunter, is the fact that they feel like events in Monster Hunter Sunbreak and Rise, they haven't been many events that's given layered weapons, layered armor, weapons or armor in general. If I go back to Monster Hunter GU, that game was full of layered and not just layered, sorry, actual weapons and armor that you can actually get from events. You can get stuff from Fairy Tail, you can get stuff from Magi, you can get stuff from Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Mario, Star Fox, all these stuff, for Palico, Zoo, your Palamute, all this. Not just layered armors or weapons as well, they're actually armors and weapons within the game. Now, Rise and Sunbreak do have some for events. There are some from events, but there's not many in comparison to previous games. People have been harping up the fact that a lot of the events give titles and stickers. Now, I actually think stickers are cool. The stickers are actually pretty cool themselves, but they're not very enticing reward for most people. Definitely sense of what they've been come to expect from previous games. Now, I don't, like I said, I don't have a problem if Capcom trying to add in layered weapons and armor. I just feel like if you're gonna make someone pay, you're not making anyone. Let's give it to you. They're not making anyone. But if you're gonna put it out there and try to get people to buy these layered armors and weapons, don't feed the fire. And you're feeding the fire, but not making events give weapons and armor. I haven't checked the most recent events. I haven't been playing games as much recently. I don't know if the most recent events have weapons and armor, but I know previously they didn't. Most of them didn't. So what I would say to Capcom and most companies out there, don't add to the fire. Like, it's simple. It's actually simple stuff. make events, some events, more events, give weapons and armor to the player base, and then you can sell these more premium ones. If they want to buy it, they want to buy it. It's fine, you know. And I think you're just making people get more pissed as they, you know, they find more things to come against you, and you're not helping your own case here. Now, does this set a precedent for the future? I don't know, maybe. You know, for example, 20 years ago, paid DLC wasn't really a thing. You know, probably in the past 15 years or so, it's been ramping up, and people were back then probably saying, yeah, it's not going to become a massive thing, you know, don't worry. But, you know, as time has gone on, you know, more companies are doing this. It's more common practice, and once companies know they can get rid of they can do something without repercussion, they will keep on doing it. You know, if you can get more money, then why wouldn't they not try to get more money? That's what these companies do. Now, if it's fair for the consumer, that's another thing, and that's where you need to pay for your wallet. And yeah, that's ultimately what I feel about the situation. It is paid Laid skins and armors. I haven't bought any of the new ones. I think I bought like the first starter pack when it came to Laid armor. I think maybe I bought 1 or 2 Laid armors just to fit a certain look I was going for, and the amiibo ones, because I like amiibos, so I was like, yeah, why not? They look cool statues, and I get an armor as well. But in general, I'm not going out there trying to looking to buy these weapons. I have to say to everyone else, if you don't want to buy these and you don't like the practice of this, you know, don't buy them. But don't shame people for buying them. If someone wants to spend their money on them, you know, it's up to them. And if you want to spend your money and buy this, yeah, do what you want. I guess it's up to you too. I just hope Capcom can add in more events to make up for the fact that they add in inlaid weapons and armors for people to buy. Now, like I said before, just as a last point, when it comes to content, it's like, it really depends on the scenario. Like, one game that I've bought, not quite a lot, I would say a decent amount of laid armors and weapons from a game. It's another game called Guild Wars 2. That's an MMO. Now, Guild Wars 2 is a game I've played for over 10 years now, and Guild Wars on and off, you know, about 8,000, 9,000 hours. And Guild Wars 2 is it's a pay once, and you know, you have the game. There's no monthly fee, nothing like that. And I've played the game since I played the first game since probably 2006, so you know, over 16 years now. And the company has the amount of money I paid for the games over those 16 years, and I put over 10,000 hours. It's probably about I spent less than £200, right? Because the games aren't expensive. Back in the day, Guild Wars 1 was like £12 for each game, and there was like 4 games. Guild Wars 2 came out at £30, and I think after that each expansion was like 30 as well, so that's like, yeah, around £200 or so. And so cheap, the business model was so good for me, and they're quite generous to their player base. I was like, yeah, I'm fine with putting down some money, some spare money I have in the shop for really cool armor and weapons that I want, because yeah, why not? I feel like I really like the company, I like what they do. I feel I have goodwill towards them, you know. There's this goodwill, and I think goodwill goes a long way. When you have goodwill with your consumer base, they are more willing to allow certain things, and Capcom don't have the best goodwill when it comes to events and laid weapons and armors. In my instance of Guild Wars, I had a lot of goodwill with them. They have done a lot for me and the fans over the years. And that's something also I want Capcom to realize. They need to actually, if it's not just all take, you need to give, you know. There's a push and a pull here. If you want someone to believe in your bullshit or just anything in general, you need to make it seem fair, at least to some extent, and maybe they'll buy into it and maybe they won't, but you know, at least try. And with events, they definitely haven't tried. But that's it for me, guys. First video back. Hope you guys are doing alright, and yeah, there'll be more videos coming out soon, so I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.